Today we are going to be recreating the 2024 Heisman finalists. Now, if you somehow don't know this, these are the top 5 Heisman finalists for the 2024 season. We had Travis Hunter win it. He was first. Ashton Jeanty came up second. Dillon Gabriel came up third. Cam Ward came up fourth. And then Cam Scatterboot came up fifth. And I need my Heisman roster to look just like this. We already have 3 players up here. We have Travis already up here, Jeanty, and then Dillon Gabriel. We're going to need Cam Ward and Cam to sneak their way up here. And I'm also going to be trying to get them in the perfect order as well. Now, I'm not going to be playing every game for every Heisman finalist, so I think I will just be focusing on the FCS games and maybe some like lower tier opponents. The one problem with that though is Cam doesn't face a single FCS opponent the entire schedule, so he doesn't get that luxury. Now he does face Wyoming and Mississippi State, which I will probably run up his stats in those 2 games, but these 2 games are the closest he gets to an FCS opponent. Now, if we're being real, Jeanty will be the easiest to get up here for sure. So the running back are going to be having the easiest and the hardest process to get up here. And then we also have a Heisman finals matchup right here. Jeanty taking on Oregon. The first matchup we're hopping into is Colorado versus FCS Northwest. Here we have Travis Hunter, the actual Heisman winner, and this is one of his games where he can run up his stats. And I'm also doing this on All-American, so I won't lose my mind. And honestly, I don't think I've ever seen Travis like in the year on the Heisman watch in this game. And I want to say that's because they don't account for his defensive stats, which I won't either. I'm not going to be playing defense for him this entire challenge. I just don't feel like it's worth the effort. If I'm being real with y'all, I do not remember FCS being this bad on All-American. Like, I'm demolishing them. We're just shy of 100 points on the game, and all those points came because of Travis Hunter. We end up winning 98-13. And Travis Hunter wins player of the game with 19 catches, 800 receiving yards, and 14 touchdowns. I don't think we'll be worrying about Travis for a couple weeks after this game. And then the rest of week 1, we have Oregon taking on FCS Northwest as well, so we will be playing that game. And then we also have Arizona State taking on Wyoming, and that's one of his 2 easiest games of the schedule. Now, low-key, Dillon Gabriel might be able to get himself up here by himself. This is somebody I have seen like get on the Heisman watch and win the Heisman with no user interference, so I would not be surprised if he worked his way up here by himself. He also has the best team out of all the Heisman finalists by far. I'm not gonna lie, that was the main reason he was on the Heisman watch. So Dillon Gabriel shouldn't have too many games that I have to actually come in here and run up his stats, because he tends to end up on the Heisman watch by himself. Now, Oregon isn't winning this game like Colorado did, but they did pretty close to it. Unless we score here, it is a 77-3 victory. Unless we score here, which we do end up scoring, that makes this an 83-3 victory, with Dillon Gabriel being the player of the game with 778 passing yards and 12 touchdowns. He did throw 1 pick, but I think he will be fine because I feel like he's gonna find a way to get himself on the Heisman watch regardless. And really, the only thing I can really see me coming in and playing with him more is to try to like improve his stats and move him up higher on the Heisman watch. I feel like he's always going to be on there though. In our last Heisman finals game of week 1, we have Cam Scatterboot taking on Wyoming, and low-key his line is selling me right now. We need him to go crazy in this game and probably his next game after this, which is against Mississippi State, but he cannot buy a yard right now. You know, Cam only got 5th on the Heisman watch, but I probably will be playing the most amount of games with him. Like, he only has 89 speed, so I can't break away from people. And then passing ball, I actually have to make good accurate reads because he's not fast enough to outrun anybody. Now, Cam by far has the worst week 1 performance, only beating Wyoming 35-0, but he still did end up with pretty decent stats. 265 rushing yards for 4 touchdowns, and then he also had 94 receiving yards, so he had around 350 yards all purpose. All right, and these are the top 4 on the Heisman watch after week 1. Now, Shadur, we don't need him here. Hopefully he falls off a little bit. I don't know how we're going to take care of that. Maybe throw more picks. Kind of crazy to say that. Jeanty got himself up here. He actually had a mediocre performance, actually. All right, I don't think it's all the way updated, because Jeanty should not be up here. Well, he only had 67 rushing yards and 58 receiving yards. That's it. But anyways, we got 3 out of the 5 here, but it should be changing in upcoming weeks once the Heisman watch fully updates. So I'm actually going to play with Boise State here. And my logic with this is, if I run up the stats with Boise State, Oregon should pass the ball more, leading to more Dillon Gabriel passing yards. Because I know for a fact if I run it up with Oregon, then Boise State will pass, and that's not what we want. We don't want Boise State to be passing. We need GNT to start getting his yards. And yeah, I got to put it into my own hand. All right, we are currently in overtime. Boise State's finna score. Okay, I guess not. 3rd and goal. Hopefully they didn't come all the way down here to just not score. Oh, here we go. Jeanty finally gets it. All right, Dillon Gabriel rebutted, but they didn't get the 2-point conversion, meaning Boise State could potentially win this, especially if Jeanty catches the ball and he does. Now, low-key, this might be like an infinite yards glitch. I could continue to let the overtime stack up, but we're gonna end the game here. Boise State takes the win, and let's see what both of their stats look like. All right, so for Dillon Gabriel, he put up 273 yards for 3 touchdowns, which is a solid game. And then Jeanty had 170 rushing yards for 3 touchdowns, and then 129 receiving yards. This is a pretty good game as well, especially since they were playing each other. Those were pretty good stats. Now we're here for Cam Ward's first appearance against FCS Southeast. This is pretty much what the competition will be looking like all season long, because AACC is by far the worst top conference. Miami wins this 63-0. a 3. This was a pretty bad performance for me. Cam Ward put up 640 yards, 7 touchdowns with 2 picks. Like, I don't think Miami, they don't have a lot of playmakers on like wide receiver. Like, the easiest person to get up here is going to be Travis Hunter. He's like the highest overall in the game, and he just dominated. Every other player is struggling other than Genty because he faced Oregon. That's a little different. Every other team, I have to rely on somebody else to give me yards, whether it's the O-line or the receiver. And this is the Heisman watch the following week. We got 3 Oregon players in Travis Hunter, so we do have a lot of work to do. All right, 4 weeks in, we have 3 players here. We are missing the running backs. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually brutal with the running backs right now. I think I'd actually run the ball better on a Heisman. I don't know why. It's just like, it's literally, it's so hard to get yards on a running back right now. I just played Cam's game, but I might have spoke too soon for Genty. He had a bye week last week, and now he's taking on Northwest. We should be able to run the stats up this game. And in that game, we end up putting 417 rushing yards with 5 touchdowns, and then 138 receiving yards with 3 touchdowns. So we had over 550 yards all purpose. All right, after another week, we got 4 out of 5 up here. We're just missing Dylan Gabriel, who I said would come up here by itself. Honestly, he still might do it. Now, I might have to go in, play a little bit more games with the running backs, but I feel like everybody else will be straight. Maybe. I don't know. I might have to like force win them as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sim a couple weeks and then come back in and try to check in on this. Yeah, we're currently on week 5, so we're in the upper half of the schedule. I think I'm gonna go down to week 10. All right, a few weeks later, seems like we have a major problem. We got 4 of the 5 teams here, but we got 1 wrong player from the correct team. Shador has taken Travis Hunter's spot. I guess I'm gonna have to throw picks with this man. I don't know. I guess I gotta throw picks. Oh, I could bench him. Yeah, he's probably just gonna get benched. Probably the best decision to do. And then, bro, playing with Cam Scatterbo is terrible, bro. Like, he's slow. He's like 89 speed. He has no breakaway speed, and he sucks in the sim as well. I'm not gonna lie, I have to switch to the freshman. Cam sucks on this game. He's actually terrible in this game. It's embarrassing. He literally has no breakaway speed at all. You literally see him getting caught on rookie. I mean, on freshman. This isn't really taking away too much from the aspect of the challenge. I still have to somehow get them in the correct order. All right, these are the standings the very next week. Okay, we're in a good spot. I like this spot a lot. I just need to have a very good game with Ashton Genty and then go crazy with Travis, and then it's perfect. Oh wait, and then I gotta do a little bit better with Cam Ward in his next game, get him over Cam. This is what the list is supposed to look like. So out of place, we have Cam Ward is supposed to be above Scatterbo, and then Genty is supposed to be above Gabriel, and then Travis is supposed to be at the top. So the only thing correct right now is that Gabriel is above both the Cams. All right, so we're trying to catch up Travis Hunter here. We end up winning 70-20, and he gets 643 receiving yards with 10 touchdowns. And then I played a game with Genty to try to move him up above Dylan Gabriel, and because I just want to go up a little bit, I just gave him 300 rushing yards for 4 touchdowns. This should move him up. All right, it is now week 12, and this is the Heisman watch. Travis Hunter's on his way, and everything is in place. Everything is perfect right now. It just has to stay like this. We literally have it perfect. Just Travis Hunter needs to move up. The good thing about playing with Travis is I don't need to hold him back at all. He is number 1. I can give him 1,000 yards this game. His goal is to be number 1. I can just give that to him. I don't have to worry about trying to keep him low enough that he doesn't pass a certain player. I can run his stats up completely. We're very close to pulling this off, bro. I feel like Cam on Arizona State, I feel like he's gonna let me down though. For some reason, something is telling me he's gonna let me down. Like Genty, he started off weak, but I think he's been holding his own towards the end. And honestly, if I run it up with Travis enough, I might be able to like play another game with him, get him some more yards to kind of further the distance between him and Gabriel. Like I've been saying though, I think Gabriel will be fine. I don't think I have to play with him again. I think he will be performing better than Cam Ward in Sims as well. So yeah, I think we might have been seeing my last user played game with Dylan Gabriel. And what's wild about Travis Hunter only being number 3 is he has 2,000 yards. But he has 2,000 receiving yards, and he's only number 3. And like I said, with Travis Hunter, I could run up the stat. We ended up beating Utah 84-21, and Travis ended up with 842 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns in the win, putting his total up to 2,800 yards in the year. And we officially have it right now. Now the biggest problem is going to be trying to continue to lead these people up here. And Scatterbo just had one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life. 26 rushing yards on 13 carries and only 18 receiving yards. He's somehow still up here. I genuinely don't know how he's up here. And Cam Ward didn't have a game, so I'm guessing that's why he fell. But the other Cam needs to step it up. I don't know what that was. And after seeing that, I think the real thing to look out for is Scatterbo's stats. So I'm just going to come into this game, give Scatterbo some stats to keep him afloat. I might give him like a 100-yard rushing game, something to keep him on the Heisman watch. Because before that game, he had more yards on the season than Genty. I think he might have just fell under him after that horrific performance. But like, I don't know. He was doing well. I don't know what happened to this man. No way. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. He probably been playing like this the entire time. I just ran up his stats and I didn't notice. Right now, he has 61 yards and a touchdown. This is a cool game. He should get a lot more carries throughout the game. Hopefully he hits the 100-yard mark. All right, so it's the 3rd quarter. They're losing. His team's actually selling him right now. He only has 91 yards, but he probably would have hit the 100-yard mark if his team was actually winning. So I'm just gonna drive down, get them a score if they can catch the ball, because I don't need him to add a loss to his record to hurt his Heisman case. So he has decent stats altogether. Now if they lose this game on defense, bro, that's just on them. I'm not gonna lie. I did all I could. And then they ended up losing the game on defense. What are we doing? What are you doing? Anyways, this is the second last game of the season, by the way. But he had 118 yards for 4 touchdowns. This is a cool game. This should keep him afloat. All right, well. You got a big problem. Cam had too good of a game. I think that was too good of a game for him. Maybe I tried to keep him afloat. I might have pushed him too much. So I'm just gonna sim him. This is the last game of the season. This is the last game of the season. A lot of pressures on this game. We got a conference championship if I need it. If I don't need it, I'm just gonna bench players. Got a conference championship if I don't need it. But this is the last game of the season. I'm not gonna play with Cam, but I might have to hop in here with Ward, and then I'm gonna try to I'm gonna hop in here with Ward, and then I'm gonna go to play with Dylan Gabriel, and I'm gonna let Gabriel top Ward's game. So Ward should have no reason to pass Gabriel. I say that, but at the same time, if they go too crazy, they might top Genty. So I might have to go in here and give Genty a good performance as well. I don't know, this is becoming very stressful to try to get this correct. Dylan Gabriel has more yards than Ward on the season, but Ward has more touchdowns. That's a little scary, but he has more picks. That should even it out a little bit. And then rushing yards, Genty's clearing Cam right now. But is almost 2,000 rushing yards? Is that better than over 4,000 passing yards? Who knows? I feel like those are very comparable. Maybe not. Maybe this is a better season. And then Travis Hunter should be fine. He has 3,000 receiving yards. All right, now I came in here with Genty. They end up winning 42-10. I literally played one snap with him, ran an 80-yard touchdown, and then I simmed the rest of the game, and he's ending up with 199 rushing yards with 3 touchdowns. This is beautiful. This is keeping him afloat. This is a little bit over his average, so he should remain in the same spot. Now we have Cam Ward. If we can get like a 300-yard game with him, that's fine. I'm talking about 300 on the mark, 300 on the dot. That would be fine. That would be perfect stats here. Low key, we can even throw a pick with him here. That might be what I need to do. Because he's gonna have more touchdowns than Gabriel after this, unless I don't let him get the touchdown. Hold on. Unless I don't let him get the touchdown. I might have cooked. I might just run it in with his running back here. Give him the yards, don't give him a lot of touchdowns. Hold on, I might have cooked. And it's kind of looking like I did, because we win 28-21, and Cam Ward doesn't even get player of the game. A running back gets it because he scored 3 touchdowns. But don't get it wrong, he had a great game. 285 passing yards with a touchdown. I even gave him a touchdown. This might be it. Now we have Gabriel, and if he just tops Cam's stats, we'll be fine. We cook. All right, so I'm letting Dylan Gabriel leave the first quarter with these stats: 196 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Let's see what he does for the rest of the game. And then they end up winning the game 35-6. Dylan Gabriel had 273 passing yards, 5 touchdowns. Oh, he threw a pick. Oh my lord. Oh, he threw a pick when I was simming. That's not good. I will say this is still a better game than Cam Ward had. Maybe. Now, as I sim, we just need Scatterboo to continue to play like he's been playing, which is terrible. He's been playing terrible. And we come to find out, he did play bad. He played bad, but he's still here. Oh no, he just sold me. He just sold me terribly. Oh my, this is terrible. All right, luckily enough, everyone but him is playing, so everyone should outperform him on paper. If you're thinking about it, everyone should outperform this man. Okay, so right now, Gabriel and Ward neck and neck. I might have to have Gabriel clear him next game. Genty, I might have to run up his stats as well. You know what? I think I can't. Oh no, I don't know how much I can, because Travis only got 3,000 receiving yards. I might have to play with Travis. I gotta play with everybody, I think. I run up Travis's, I run up Genty's, I run up Cam's, and I run up Dylan's. I run up everybody's stats. They all should still end up above Scatterboo. They should all end up above Scatterboo. Okay, so we went ahead and knocked out Dylan Gabriel's game. Ended up beating Ohio State 49-9 in the conference championship. And Dylan Gabriel put up 500 passing yards and 7 touchdowns. I just need Genty, Travis Hunter, I'll do that, and they'll stay on top of him. All right, we're done with Cam Ward's game. We ended up beating Louisville 59-16. Cam Ward just underperformed Dylan Gabriel by around 100 yards. He had 400 passing yards, 8 touchdowns. He had a little bit of rushing yards, but I did fumble with him, which caused me to go ahead and get 8 touchdowns with him. But I'm hoping those two should surpass Scatterboo. I went ahead and played Travis's and Genty's game. I'm not gonna lie, Genty's game was a little iffy. He only had 284 yards, maybe like 3-4 touchdowns. He might get past, maybe. I don't know though. I don't know. But it's time for the moment of truth. Who is going to be on this Heisman watch? Heisman winner should be Travis Hunter. It shouldn't have changed. Like, it should be guaranteed. And the Heisman is Travis Hunter. We at least got one thing right. That was time for the moment of truth. Heisman winner. Show me the finalists. Show me the finalists. We did it. Oh, Will Howard. Oh my, Will Howard snuck. Will Howard just, oh my, Will Howard did it. Will Howard gone and bloody done it. Dude had a terrible game. 707. He had 77 passing yards, a pick, and 46 rushing yards, and he took Cam's spot. Are you serious? You sold me. You just went ahead and sold me. I was 4 for 5. 4 for 5. He just sold me, bro. How does Cam go from 3 to 6 in a week? How? I got 4. You know what? I got 4 out of 5. 80%. That's passing. With that being said, that will be it for the video, man. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I am out. Peace.